Two Works for You investigation. Bridges in Oklahoma are falling apart at an alarming rate.
Our state has the third highest number of deficient bridges in the nation, with 1 in 4 county bridges being deficient or obsolete. Two Works for You investigator Travis Guillory discovers why that number continues to climb and how your safety may be in jeopardy.
This is the bridge that I love, and this is my bridge. Please don't tear down this bridge.
He's talking about this bridge, the one over Horse Creek along Highway 60 in Afton, Oklahoma, built in 1936.
This bridge is like a historical marker for home. When people see the bridge, you come into Afton and you're home.
It's historically protected, but ODOT says the bridge is structurally deficient and functionally obsolete, no longer able to safely handle the current and future traffic demands because of its narrow design and deterioration.
New bridge, of course, over time deteriorates, and different things can make it happen faster: truck traffic, weather, floods, even fires.
Randy Robinson works with county commissioners and studies bridges all across the state and says bridges are inspected every 2 years. According to his research, this is the percentage of structurally deficient and functionally obsolete bridges in Green Country counties. But don't let these numbers scare you.
Structurally deficient doesn't mean it's going to collapse tomorrow. It means there's something going on that we need to be aware of.
Functionally obsolete means the bridge is too narrow. These numbers continue to grow over time. Robinson says 1 in 7 county bridges cannot hold a fully loaded school bus. But we didn't get here overnight.
Back in the 20s, the teens, the 30s, vehicles were a lot different than they are today. So they were built very narrow just to get across the creek, maybe 1 lane of traffic. Nowadays, they can't support 2 lanes.
When some of these bridges were built, in some cases nearly 100 years ago, resources and engineering wasn't there to make bridges like this one stand the test of time.
We have different techniques, so we can build a bridge now that can last 75 to 100 years out of concrete and steel, where they didn't have that kind of technology, decades ago.
So why haven't these bridges been kept up over time? Well, there's an easy answer.
Costs have definitely outpaced funding.
Robinson says in the last 20 years, there's been a 13% increase in material and construction costs, but only a 3% increase in funding. So with the average price tag to replace a bridge being about $400,000.
A lot of times the only best strategy is to close them. If you don't have the money, that's what you're going to do.
But a state bridge like the one over Horse Creek is under a different highway system, so construction to replace it will start sometime this year, but not to the liking of many Afton residents.
To see it torn down would be devastating, not just for our grandparents and for us, but for our children who will never remember that or never know what that home marker is going to be.
This is a piece of history to me. Kids like me will not know this piece of history was even existed.
A piece of history state officials feel needs to come down for the greater good. Travis Guillory, Two Works for You.